Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we're going to be playing around with Puff HTV. So what is Puff HTV? It's actually a really cool special HTV that gives you a 3D effect. So it's kind of like when you take a piece of popcorn and then you pop it with the heat, it becomes popcorn. It's kind of like that. You're going to have a two-step process, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it today. So everything that I have taught you with HTV, we're about to throw out the window. So the way to tell on this one which side to cut is the exact opposite I've always told you whenever it comes to HTV. So the matte side is actually the carrier sheet, where normally with HTV the glossy side is, not with the Puff. So the matte side is your carrier, so you want to cut on the glossy side when it comes to Puff. And you can tell that same thing with the white. You may not be able to on camera, but this is glossy, your cut side, matte, this is your carrier sheet. Okay, so that's number one. We are going to press this today at 285 for 12 seconds, 10 to 12 seconds. Then you're going to go ahead and peel away your carrier sheet. You're going to press it again without the parchment paper. So there's another thing I've taught you, is always make sure you protect your platen. You want to press it the second time without your carrier sheet, without parchment paper. You want to have direct heat with your platen. Again, 285 for 10 to 12 seconds. So let's go ahead and cut this out. I think what we're going to go ahead and cut this out on is just a little bit more than regular HTV. So I think I'll probably just cut it on glitter, and I think we'll be good to go. So let me go ahead and show you guys the design that we're using today. It's super cute. So it's Hocus Pocus, I am the dopest, and it's got a couple little bats. So this is going to show you whenever you use Puff with more of a fine piece like the font, and then whenever it's a little bit thicker like the bat. So I think it's going to be a great way to show you what effects you're going to get when you use thin lines compared to thick pieces. And I'm just using a basic 100% cotton, soft style cotton t-shirt today in white. So I've got this. You want to make sure you pull out your moisture just as you normally would. So while our heat press is heating up, let's go ahead and cut it out. I've got it sized and ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit make it. I'm going to tell it we're going to use the matte. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to tell it we are mirroring because we are using HTV. All right, so we are ready to hit continue. We've got everything mirrored. And now we're going to go ahead and choose our materials. So I'm going to go ahead and go to all materials. So glitter iron-on, everything looks good. We're just going to use our basic blade and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And we're going to load this right on the mat. So we're going to load it just as usual. So remember, we're loading the matte side down, the glossy side up. We're going to go ahead and get it on our mat here. And we are ready to load. So we're just going to slide it under our 2 white feet, load it in. All right, so now it's ready to go. You can see that it's flashing here. We're going to go ahead and cut it out. Now you would use the same settings with your silhouette, and there may be a Puff setting over there. I have not tried it with a silhouette. If not, once again, I would just use the glitter HTV settings for this. I think it's a little bit thicker than basic, but I don't think it's as thick as flock. So I think flock would be too thick, but I think glitter is going to be perfect for us. So I'm going to let this go ahead and quickly cut everything out, and then we'll come back and we'll weed it and we'll press it. All right, so we are ready to unload it just like so. And I'm going to remove it just as I normally would. I'm going to flip my mat upside down, and we are good to go. So hopefully you guys can kind of see through here. You can see our cut lines. It did not cut all the way through, so I think your glitter settings are absolutely perfect, as you guys can see. So let's go ahead and weed it. All right, so for weeding, it's just as normal. And you know, the back side of this kind of gives me the flock feel, but it's truly not. Like I said, I think glitter settings was absolutely perfect for this, and it weeds very nice. So as you guys can see, it looks great. It's a little frosty on the matte side, so you guys can see that there. Weeds very nicely. Definitely recommend the glitter settings. Now the one thing is, keep in mind when you store this with your other HTVs to keep it separate from your basic black and white, because it's going to be easy to mix it up. The only way to really tell is you're going to notice that matte. You can always check that corner just to be sure. So I would recommend, I just store this in with my glitter because I can tell obviously it's something different. My flock HTV and all of those things. All right, so we are ready to press this. Like I said, we're doing 285 for 10 to 12 seconds. You want to make sure that you have already pre-pressed your t-shirt, which I have already done. So all I'm going to go ahead and do now is just go ahead and lint roll just to make sure I've got all of my lint off. So I'm going to do that now, just like that. All right, now you can get a little bit of shrinkage on your shirt with this material, so keep that in mind. So what we want to do is kind of figure out that placement just like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this at the heat press, or you can use some heat tape to kind of keep this in place. But I'm going to go ahead and just do that right over here at the press. So I'm just going to go ahead and load it. So we are ready to go. I've got my design here. We're going to go ahead and place it down here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got my placement where I want it. Once I'm happy with my placement, we're just simply going to go ahead and shut our heat press. So 10 to 12 seconds. We're going to go ahead and remove our carrier sheet, see if it's ready to go. This is a warm peel, so you definitely want to let it cool down just a little bit, and then you can go ahead and start peeling everything. Once you have your carrier sheet removed, you're not going to put a parchment paper. This is going to be in direct contact with the upper platen. So you're just going to go ahead and press it again for 10 to 12 seconds. So we are ready to go. We're going to gently lift it up. And there you guys have it. That's how easy it is to use Puff. So you definitely want to make sure that you do a warm peel and then press it again without anything for that top platen. Like I said, 10 to 12 seconds, and you can see how cool that is. Hopefully you guys are getting that 3D effect. I'll kind of turn it there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And this is going to bring the price of your t-shirts way up. So if you guys are selling t-shirts with 3D Puff, you can definitely mark the price of those up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.